talk to you about Noel Fielding. Does anyone know who Noel Fielding is? No?
No.
Okay. So, Noel Fielding is a British actor from my favorite show, The Mighty Boosh, which is a British comedy. And it's about Noel Fielding, who plays Vince Noir, and his friend Howard Moon. And they just go on these crazy, eclectic adventures, and it's just so awesome. And
Old Greg. Oh.
Yeah. Oh God, that's my favorite episode. Okay. I digress. Let's move on. So, there's only 3 seasons of The Mighty Boosh. There's supposed to be a movie coming out, but I've not heard much news about that. So hopefully it'll come out soon. I'm very excited. So I'm going to talk about Noel Fielding's hair throughout the 3 seasons of The Mighty Boosh, and his hair presently, and some of his influences. So here's Noel Fielding in season 1 of The Mighty Boosh. I don't know if you can see. 2004. He has some nice blonde highlights. It's about shoulder length. Some nice layering in there. And then we switch over to season 2. Drastic change in 2005. He went all black, and it's slightly longer. And there's again layering, nice fringe. And yeah. And then over here, season 3, not much of a difference in 2007. It almost looks like there's a little bit more layering in there, but again, it's dark and very rock and roll. I love it. And yes, so that's Noel Fielding's hair throughout the Mighty Boosh series. Next, we have him in 2010, a drastic change once again. This is Noel Fielding. He debuted his new blonde hairdo at a live comedy show last year at the Central London Comedy Club, and he admitted made him look like murderer Myra Hindley, who I do not have a photo of for fearful reasons. There's a lot of debate whether or not he actually suited this look. I personally didn't really like it. I thought it was too much. I liked his nice dark hair. Yeah. I did like this much blonde. I think that's more suitable because I think he is blonde naturally, so I think that amount suited him. But this was just a bit much personally. I don't quite like that. And then we have him
And a bit brassy.
Currently in 2011, and this is at the British Comedy Awards 2011. And he's back to his good old black layered hairdo, nice fringe. So yeah, I quite like his hair like that, personally. I think that suits him. Anyway. So, let's see. This is the Mighty Book of Boosh. It's about, just a bunch of random stories to do with the Mighty Boosh, and a bunch of inside jokes and photos, behind the scenes kind of stuff, and etc. And this is a painting by an artist named Mr. Bingo. He did this for the Mighty Boosh. It's called The Hair Portrait.
Oh.
And it has all the characters' hairdos, right? It's just their hair because they're pretty well known for their hair, especially Noel Fielding. So you can tell which ones are which just by their hair.
Yeah.
That's Noel Fielding. That's Naboo. That's Bobby Bob Bob. That's Howard Moon, and this is Bolo. He's a gorilla, that's why it's so hairy now. So yeah. And then in here, there's also a story where his character, Vince Noir, is talking about this adventure he went on with Kiss, the band Kiss. It's right here, it's a bit long, I don't want to read through just yet, but I digress. Anyway. I made some notes about the story where he mentions a lot about Ace Frehley, but I reckon he's more influenced by Paul Stanley in regards to his hair. And I have some photos here to show you what I'm talking about. See, this is Ace Frehley, which is who he was talking about mostly in the story. And personally, I don't think his hair really was influenced by that, if you can see. Just because he has more layers, and Ace Frehley doesn't really have much layers, it's just sort of long. I think he was more influenced by Paul Stanley, because Paul Stanley has more layering, and again, it's like that full talking mostly about Ace Frehley. But he's probably influenced by everyone in Kiss, because Kiss is pretty awesome, so that would, that would make sense too. And throughout the Mighty Boosh series, you can pick up that Noel Fielding was probably inspired by Mick Jagger as well. He really likes Mick Jagger. He has actually a shrine to him in one of the shows, and he's doing like a little dance parade thing. So yeah, he was probably inspired by him too. As you can see in the photo, like he has that sort of layered look again. The fringe, nice fringe. So he's definitely probably inspired by him. So yeah, and also in the Mighty Book of Boosh, that story I was talking about Ace Frehley, he mentioned his hair was like a back-combed barnette. And I googled the back-combed barnette, and I came up with Russell Brand and Amy Winehouse, who are two notorious back-combers, as you can see. And I guess sometimes he would back-comb his hair a lot. I think you can see he probably back-combed in this one a little bit, because it seems a little bit more fuller here. But there's other episodes where I think he did more back-combing. Like there's a punk episode where he joined a punk band, and I think he did like a lot of back-combing for that episode.
That would have been a fun show to work on, huh?
Oh, I know, I love that. Oh, it's an awesome show. So yeah, and I tried to look up a definition of back-combed barnette, and I found on Urban Dictionary that it just means like crazy hair. So yeah, that's crazy hair right there. So yeah, and also have a book right here. This is a book by Noel Fielding and one of his co-stars, Dave Brown, who played Bolo, which is the gorilla on the show. And this book is called The Scribblings of a Madcap Shambleton, where Noel Fielding takes photos and just scribbles over them. And they actually got fans to submit their photos to this book so that he could scribble on them, and I got in. So I'll pass this around later. You can see my photo in the book.
Right on.
I scribbled over my face.
No way!
I know, it's so awesome. I was so happy when I found it.
That's awesome.
So yeah, this is Noel Fielding more recently. His beautiful blue eyes.
He thinks you have a crush.
Oh, I love all the British, really. I have a thing for the UK. So yeah, and this is the scribblings right here.
Where's your picture?
It's you can't see this right here. I'll pass it around later. So yeah.